I used to teach Ashtanga yoga, but again, it was really hard for people to do all the lotus poses. So we modified it, but still kept that same beautiful Ashtanga tempo. All right, so sometimes we do our back body stretches, or what we call forward folds first. But today we're going to do our front body stretches or back bends. All right, so come on up to standing. Find your toes active. Bend your knees. Fold forward. Now make your spine long. Feel your diaphragmatic breath, which means that the diaphragm is excursioning, is moving more than in an unconscious breath. And the spine stays nice and long. Let's get the breath flowing together. Breathe out. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And when your body wakes up, feel free to straighten the legs a little bit. Keep the breath in a flow. I'm not counting them, but just feel long, deep, even breaths. Let your back lengthen. We'll stay for about 24 more seconds. This is really good for your blood flow also. Do one more breath. Breathe in. And exhale it out. Now look up and breathe in. Go ahead, take your left foot back into a nice deep lunge. Rock the hips around a little, breathing in. And every time you breathe out, sink your right hip down and press it back. And then start to feel that you're reaching forward through your right hand and just breathe into your right hip. It's like happy baby, but the upside down version. Breathe in and breathe out. Firm up your back leg. Do one more. And all that tightness out. Hands under your shoulders. Step on back, downward dog. Breath in. Breath out. Left foot. Start gentle. Come onto a nice deep lunge. Rock your hip around, and when you're breathing, it's not just your chest moving, but you really want to feel you're getting some openness into the left hip. And when your body lets you in, we just sink the left hip down, but we slightly pull the right hip up. Now you want to get pulled forward by your hip, so press it back. Breathe in. Let something out. Do it again one more time. And all that breath comes out. Hands under the shoulders. Step back. Downward dog. Come into a plank position as you breathe in. Then lower on down to a push-up. Empty the lungs. Up over the toes. Wake up your body. Upward dog. Good. Glide on back. Downward dog. Hips go high. Inhale one. And exhale. Press it back. Do it again. Big breath. Send the pelvis back further. All that breath out. Feet come forward now between the hands. Top of the mat. Breathe in. And fold forward and stretch out that beautiful back of yours. Inhale, arms reach up high, and really just work on finding feet to crown connection. And as we exhale, the hands come quietly down. Pause. Just find your center. Drop into your wisest, most present self. Feel the shoulder blades moving a little bit in the back when you are breathing. Now, sun salutations. Hands come down, breathe out. Inhale, press your feet as the arms go up. Exhale, fold forward and stretch. Knees are bent if you're a little bit tighter. Inhale, reach through the crown. Exhale, back we go into a push-up. Bend your elbows, breathe out. Up and over the toes. Breathe in, upward dog. Feels good to stretch the front. Exhale, glide back, downward dog. Breathe with me. Breathe in one. Exhale it out. Breathe in and lengthen your hips backwards. Exhale, release your problems. Do one more, breathe in. Stick your tongue out, really breathe out. Feet come forward between the hands, we're long in the torso. Fold forward and stretch, let it all out. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, do another one. Exhale, fold forward, stretch. Look up and breathe in. And back we go to bent elbow chaturanga. Up and over the toes, wake up and live, says Bob Marley. Exhale, back we go, downward dog. Inhale, use your side ribs. Exhale, pull the thigh bones backwards. Inhale, find your fingertips active. And exhale, use the hands to press your hips back. Do one more, breathe in. Breathe out nice and deep, look forward. Feet come forward between the hands, we get long. Fold forward and stretch out a lot. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands down. Amazing. So this is SEA, sun salutation. C. Reach up and arch back. Big breath in. Fold forward and stretch. Big exhalation. Reach up and lengthen. Look up halfway. Take your left foot back as you breathe out. Now, one breath, one movement. We reach up. Now we bring the left hand down, we circle the right arm up and back as the out breath flows out. Swim your right hand forward, breathe in for pyramid preparation. Fold over your right leg, pull the hips backwards, breathe out again. Left leg high, big breath in. Folding forward, standing half splits, left leg higher. Join your feet, spread the toes. Fold forward, making a stand on this earth. Inhale, reach up and arch back. Exhale, fold forward, feeling the prana starting to flow. Long spine, breathe in. Right foot back as far as you can, heel up. All right, inhale, takes our arms up. Right hand down, left hand circles up. Inhale, face forward, breathe in. Drag your left hip back, breathe out. To standing one leg pose, right leg up, breathe in. Fold forward, reaching right leg higher, out breath. Join your feet, inhale long. Fold forward and stretch. Inhale, reach up, arch. Bring the weight forward onto the toes. One more round each leg. Fold, over we go. Look up and breathe in. Left foot back, heel up. All right, high lunge. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand circles upwards towards the sky. Inhale, face forward, inflate your hips with breath. Exhale, fold. The hips go back, but the head reaches forward. Left leg high, breathe in. Fold, open up through the toes, stretch. Join your feet, inhale long. Exhale deeply, fold. Inhale, reach. Standing back arch. Exhale, fold and stretch out the back. Long in the spine. Breathe in. Right foot back as the out breath flows. Inhale, reach on up. Make it circular, right hand down, left hand circles up and back. Swim forward, breathe in. Fold and stretch, out breath. Right leg high, breathe in. Fold forward, stretch, breathe out, right leg high. Join your feet, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and arch. exhale, fold forward, interlace the hands behind you. Breathe in long, and exhale, fold a little bit deeper into the pose so that the breath flow into your shoulders. And as you exhale, let the worries fall out of your brain. Breathe in presence and breathe out your past. A few more breaths. All right, hands come down onto the floor. Inhale, arms reach up, arch back. And exhale, back we go to standing position. Take your left foot, open it nice and wide. We're hitting triangle pose. Breathe in. Let the left hip come forward slightly as you tip your pelvis. Breathe out. Turn on your outer right thigh muscle. Inhale, reach out through the crown, left arm up. Exhale, stretch into your right leg. But try not to collapse. Reach up and out through the top arm. Breathe long into the left side waist. One more breath. Okay, you got this. Come up. 2 more poses to go. This flow. Take your left foot out to the left. Turn your toes forward. Sweep your arms up. Breathe in. Thumbs down. Hands behind the back in reverse prayer or grab onto your elbows. Okay, big breath. Lengthen. Fold forward, pressing the palms if possible, broadening your shoulders. Again, if you can't press your palms, you're just grabbing the forearms and broadening your shoulders, elbows back and up. Now the right hip, drive it back from the right foot. The left hip presses forward by the action of left foot. Now complement that with long breath. Stretch into the legs. Now open the arms. We're going to do our best to keep our hips level. Revolved triangle, left hand comes down onto the right shin, right arm up, pull the right hip back. Now if you have the ability and your hand lets you go down to the floor, fine, but reach out through the head. All right, 3 more counts. 1, 2, 3. We come up and open up to the side and then back to standing position. Amazing. Okay, same good groove, next side. Right foot, step it back, open up. Trikonasana triangle. Again, that right hip comes forward so you don't get hip impingement. Tilt the pelvis. Now roll the right hip back now as you reach up through the right arm, pressing the hips back, breathing into the underside of left leg. Again, reach through the crown. 2 more breaths. 1, breathe in. Exhale it out. Breathe in 2. And exhale it out. Back up to vertical. Take the right foot out to the right a fair bit. A few inches, turn your toes forward, sweep your arms up, and then bring the hands behind the back. So vinyasa means that we're breathing and moving together in a concert. Inhale, arch. Exhale, we're tipping our pelvis. Now you give it like a little mini bend to the left leg. Breathe in. And then as you straighten the left leg, that energy should press the left hip back as the right hip presses forward because your right foot is active. Broaden your shoulders. There's a lot going on here, but it has to be about the breath first and foremost. Breathe into your shoulders. Breathe into your hip. 1 more breath. Now come up, open the arms, and I'd advise you to come up fairly high. And then spin from the belly, bring your right hand onto the left thigh or shin. And you can bring your hand down further if you can maintain stability. Make sure you're not heel to heel alignment or you will wobble. Step out with your right foot. Look up. 3 counts. 1. Breathe in. So when you're breathing, try to expand that left hip. 2. And last one. All right, open outwards to the side. Breathe in. And back we go. Standing position. Now bend your knees for this one. Chair pose. Hips down, arms up. Give me a flex. I know you got this power. Bring the hands down onto the floor for crow. Now, more than a strengthening thing, it's about finesse. Bring your knees and your armpits. So as much as you can, lean forward, lift up one or both feet, straighten through your arms eventually. We'll stay for 2 more counts. If you're still working on the preliminary place, that's fine. Keep the feet on the floor, 1 foot. Now you can walk back or spring back, chaturanga. Up and over the toes, breath in deep. Glide on back, downward dog. Now lift your right leg up for a second. Step your right foot as you breathe out. Inhale, warrior 1, come up. And exhale, warrior 2. So you can adjust your feet maybe a little wider, find your place. Just elevate your pelvis a little, lift your pubic bone, and then sink on down and press your knee out as you do so. Pull this left thigh back so the stretch is good in the inner groins. All right, keep breathing. Now side angle, we just add on from that foundation. The right elbow doesn't land on the right thigh, it's on the inner thigh and it presses out. And then we pull this right hip under. Left arm over the head. And there's a beautiful sense of opening in that inner right groin. Breath flows. Breathing. Now come up. So inhale, come on up. And again, 2 more to go. Come into Anjaneyasana. Turn your left foot up. Press forward and try to just drop the left knee down. Eccentrically, it contracts as we land the knee. And take your hand on your right thigh and reach up. Or if you have the ability to, arch back, but you're pressing forward through the chest. You're not just leaning back. Forward and up. Your right hand can go for your left thigh. Open the chest and the mouth. Let the breath in. Let the old stories out. 1 more breath. Good. Oh man, that feels so good. All right, let's twist. Left hand around the right knee, but actually use your hand on the knee to get your armpit around as much as possible, not just the elbow. Hands in prayer, lift the back knee up, pull the right hip back, reach out through the crown. Now, if you want a little bit more juice, left hand down, right hand up, but a lot of us just pretend I didn't say that. Long breath. Long breath. One more. Now hands come onto the floor. Step back into a high plank and breathe in. A super slow-mo, lower down to push up. And I can just bend my elbows a little bit. Up and over the toes, breathe in. So if you can't do a full push-up, lower down partway. And exhale, back we go, downward dog. All right, ready for left leg? Lift your left leg up, breathe in. Same 3 poses, step. Come up, warrior 1. And then turn the belly, warrior 2. Adjust the feet so you can maybe a little wider. Sink the hips down. Now you're trying to pull the right thigh back as you press the left knee out. Scoop the tailbone under the body. And then add the inner left elbow pressing to the inner left leg, right arm up. Keep connected with your outer right side waist muscles. Stay long. Feet are guiding the movements. Feel the breath. Inhale, come up and turn the belly towards the front. Okay, ready? Anjani. Press forward, go up. Keep your chest rising as your arm goes back and your knee comes down. Now stay long in your neck so it doesn't pinch. And you can take your right thigh with your left hand or just keep that left hand on the left thigh. Arch back, but press forward and up. So I'm not just going back, I'm pressing forward and up. A few more counts. Feel the breath. All right, you ready? Let's revolve around. Parvrita Parshva Konasana. So that right elbow comes around. Bring it in place. Lift your back right kneecap up. Slide your tailbone back as you reach your shoulders forward, hands in prayer. Try not to collapse, stay expanded. Right hand can come down, left hand can come up. 2 more breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. So good to be here with you. Do it again. And exhale. All right, hands to the floor. You're looking pretty strong. Let's get you stronger. 3 push-ups. Lower down chaturanga. Now if I come up and breathe in, I want to show you what to do if you're not feeling strong. Lower all the way into chaturanga. You just lower down mini. And then inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Up and over the toes. Breathe in. Upward dog. And glide back from there. Downward dog. All right. So standing poses create heat. All right, from downward dog, lift your right leg straight upwards towards the sky. Open your toes. And then step your right foot forward into a nice deep lunge. Reach your arms up high. Arch back a little. Breathe into the front of your psoas. Now, warrior 3, T position. Lean forward. Reach out through the fingertips. Reach out through your back foot. You tip forward a little bit more. You're going to stretch in your hamstrings. And then come up for standing big toe. You're either A, holding onto your left knee, or B, your left big toe. Breathe in. Bend your right leg. And then press out through both feet, sending the left hip back as you reach up through the crown. Here we go. Big toe. Breathe in 1. Exhale it out. Breathe in again. Drop your left hip. Exhale it out. 1 more. Now, dancers, do it really smooth. Suavemente. Bend your left leg. Hold the inner left foot. Breathe in. This left shoulder goes forward as you press out through the crown. Reach the right arm up. Stay for about 20 more seconds. Long breath. 3, 2, open the toes. 1, that's a tricky transfer, but you'll get it to warrior 3. Find it, reach your arms out. Bring your left foot back far. You did it, arch back. Open up. Hands to the floor, straighten your right leg, breathe in. And stretch out in pyramid pose, breathe out. Do 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale. Now step back into a high plank position. Lower down into Chaturanga Dandasana, up and over the toes. Feels so yummy. And glide back, downward dog. Other side, left leg, wake up, spread the toes. Step the left foot forward, deep lunge. Reach up, lift your pubic bone, arch back. Send your chest forward, soften throat chakra. 1 more breath in. Now broaden the back, lean forward, reach out through your fingertips, warrior 3. Standing big toe, right knee comes up into the chest. Hold your knee or your big toe. Breathe in. And again, as you press out through your foot, pull this right hip back. Get taller, feel the lift up through the belly. Couple more counts. Long, steady breath. Stretch open your leg. Stretch the front of the right thigh now. Slowly bend your right leg. Bring it behind the back. Bend your left leg. Breathe in. Ready, aim. Fire. Kick your right foot back. Right shoulder forward. Toes open. Don't worry about how high you lift your right foot. You're trying to stretch open the front of the right shoulder and quadricep. More breath. Try not to pinch your back. Press the right hip forward. Take 1 more breath. Now bend your left standing leg. Warrior 3. Straighten through the legs. Nice and smooth. Right leg behind you. Arch back. Reach up like you just scored a touchdown. And then hands to the floor. Straighten your left leg. Breathe in. Take a couple breaths in pyramid. Just let tightness out from under your left leg. Inhale in. Release that tire pressure in your left hip. Breathe out. Do 1 more. And then back we go to a downward facing dog shape. Now come into a plank position, shoulders over hands, and then all the way down onto the belly. Bend your knees. bow, done your asana. Take your hands on your ankle joints, broaden the shoulders, breath in, lift the knees up as you kick the feet back, lengthen from your knees, send the shoulder blades out and to the side. More breath. So as the feet go back, you have to press your shoulders forward. Keep lengthening. One more count. And then bring it back down onto the floor. Press back into downward dog, hips go up high. Breathe in 1. Good, and exhale, let the release out. Bring the knees down, camel. Take your hands back and go up. So I'm trying to elongate up through my front body. Now staying long in that front body, I can just keep my hands on my hips, rolling the thighs in so my glutes don't have to harden so much. I can bring my hands down to the heels. 3 more counts. 1, 2, 3. Come on out. Let all the back lengthen in downward dog. So really feel that the breath every time you breathe in is inflating the discs in between the spine is the sensation. Camel, 1 more time. Knees to the floor. There's no rush. Reach upwards towards the sky. Bring the hands onto the hips. Send the hips forward, but stay long, like again, someone's lifting you up through the chest, up the upper sternum. Hands can come down, and you're trying to keep the breath full in the back. So not collapse. Don't collapse into the pose. Expand up and away. And then come on out. Downward dog, hips go up high. 1 big breath in and 1 big breath out. Now, right leg, reach it up. Step your right foot forward. Here's where you may need the strap. Walk the right foot over towards the left. We're going to do pigeon pose. But we'll do the pigeon pose where you keep the hips up high so you can tilt the pelvis back. Eventually the hips will come down, but if you have your hips a little higher, and that'll help tighter people. Okay, so I'm taking my strap. If I'm not so open, I make a big loop, and if I'm more open, I make a smaller loop. I lasso my back left foot. I'm not holding the strap, I'm holding the loop part of the strap. Now I bring the shoulder forward, left shoulder forward of the knee, and I go up and kick back. Now I open up through the chest. I'm not getting pulled back. I'm pressing my chest forward, even though my shoulder and arm's going back. I can take both arms up, breathe into the shape. 1 more breath, and then come on out. If for any reason that was too much for you, another alternative is to not use a strap and just hold the foot here when we do our other side. All right, back we go. Downward dog. All right, let's hit it. This feels amazing. Lift your left leg up. Step the left foot forward, drop the knee down. I just want to tell you something. What you're mining for is a feeling of being suspended, of floating in space. You want your joints to feel they have lots of space and tons of breathing room. So again, I'm bringing my foot in. I need to use these lower 2 abdominals to lift my pubic bone up. If I can just hold my right foot, the shin, or lasso it. Now bring the right shoulder forward of the knee. Right elbow forward of the shoulder. Press up. So I'm really trying to press up, away from the floor, but I got to keep leaning forward. As soon as my chest goes back too far, it feels horrible. Take both arms on that strap, maybe. And just breathe long and deep into this one. Neck is long. Feels beautiful. It's a deep stretch, but it feels so good. And then come out of the pose. If you didn't use the strap and just use the foot, that's okay. Press back, downward dog. Inhale in. And exhale that out. Now lift your right leg straight upwards towards the sky. And then step your right foot into a nice deep lunge. Drop your knee down. Half splits, toes are up. Shift your hips back and breathe into the underside of right leg. Inhale, breath in. Deep exhalation, breath out. Now, if by any chance you want to go into full splits, it's a good thing to do. I've got a block. The blocks are nice. You can use the block nice and long. Or you can bring the block under the hip, whatever works for you. I'm still trying to press this left hip forward as I pull the right hip back. And I'm trying to just make this about releasing stuck places in the hips. So close your eyes and breathe in. Let tightness out as you empty. Fill your hips up with light. Breath in. Let something out. Breathe out. Almost done. See if you got one more good breath in you. And then all breath out. Let's step on back. Downward dog. And just notice, okay, yeah, that was a little bit of hard work. A bit of intensity, but notice how good your hips feel. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. I'm sure you've seen the poster. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So toes are up. Find your edge. If your edge is here in full splits or half splits, stay there. Full Hanuman people, so you don't have to go into full Hanuman. You have your block lengthwise up here. Long breath. Sometimes it's nice to place a block under the shin right here, yeah. I'm pulling back into this. Again, if you don't have a block, that's no problem. See, even if I stay up high, I'm just using the fingertips to control how much I sink down or not. Let's just get into your chakra system here, everybody. Get into your lower chakras. Breathe in. You can even close your eyes. Breathe out. Expansively breathe into your hips. Nice deep releasing exhale. Welcome in the earth. Welcome in the sky. Release all problems out. Do one more. And really let something go when you breathe out. All right, back we go now. Downward dog. Hips go high towards the ceiling. We'll just neutralize the back. Just a little bit of sorbet in between our courses is what downward dog's about. Now, almost on this front body stretch cycle, bring your feet forward between the hands, lengthen your spine, fold, and stretch out your back. Lengthen the discs. So that means you're not over-rounding the spine. Bend your knees, lie down on your back, and we'll hit either 3 bridge poses or 3 wheels. So on your back, draw the feet in, press the feet, lengthen the knees away from you. If you want to, interlace your hands, press pinkies down. Let's breathe there. If you want to take your hands under your shoulders, come on up. 4 counts. 1, deep breathing. 2, 3, 4, and come on down. All right. So we're really trying to, if you're doing that, you're trying to get the arms into over the head so you bring your chest away from your feet. And that will help to elongate the lower back. So no matter what, you can just stay here, round 2. Bridge pose. It's a good place to be. Lengthen the knees away, you'll get your front body stretch. If you want more, bring your heels in a little closer. Hands come under the shoulders. And again, 4 more counts. 1, deep breathing. 2, 3, 4, and bring it on down. Now here's where you kind of want to quit, but don't. tapas, fire. Of course, unless you need to modify in the case of low back injuries. Lift up again. Here I'm lengthening the knees away, lengthening my chest in the opposite direction. If I want to, again, I can come up into full wheel, and this will be the last hard thing we do for a while. So lift up, broaden the shoulders, press your feet, lengthen your knees away from your chest, no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing bridge or wheel. Take one more count, and then come on down. All right, happy baby, everyone. Bend your knees, take your hands on the outsides of the feet, pull the knees down, broaden your back, breathe in the goodness, breathe out the staleness. Straighten your legs and do the same thing, or if that's too much, just simply do happy baby. One more breath. Bring the feet together. Rock yourself up to a seated pose. Catch the heels. Send the sit bones back. Reach up and feel this kind of straw in the belly elongating you. Knees are bent, maybe hands are on the floor behind you. Hands can come onto the calf muscles as you move the sit bones back. Now reach from the head, and as you reach for the head, that force send the sit bones back, hands on the feet. Now, if you got to stay back there, that's fine. Hands on the floor behind you to tip the pelvis. But otherwise, let's slow the breath down. Breathe in one. And exhale it out. Breathe in and lengthen your back. Priority one. And exhale it out. Feel like someone's pulling your shoulders and your forward and your hips back. Do one more, and you're kind of doing that by pulling back with your upper glute muscles. Now come up, Janu pose. Bend your right leg. You're putting your knee up under a block if your knee is sore. Otherwise, right hand outside left foot. Breathe in. Pull the left hip back. Reach out through the crown. My knee stays bent, and I stay back here if I'm more yang, as in not so mobile. Breathe into your left leg. And breathe out fully. Go again, big breath in. And big breath out. Now come up. Turn from the belly. Parvrita version, you bring your left elbow to your left inner leg and reaching up. Just breathe there, or if you have the ability to, hold your left foot, thumb down, right hand outside of the foot, straighten through the leg. Your choice, your body's choice. You just go for a ride and feel what's the best, most sustainable position for your body. If we're more sustainable and kind to our bodies, we will be more sustainable and kind to others and the planet. Come up, right hand on the floor behind. Arch and open. We call stargazer pose. Yeah, rooster is going crazy here in Bali. Wake up and then bring it down. Ready? Other side. Left leg is bent, and as I was saying, you may want to support the knee. Draw the heel in if you need a bit more intensity. Send your sit bone back right side, and maybe just stay right here. Or you can add a little bit more flexion. That means the front of the pelvis is going towards the right thigh. Now, what happens to your torso when you breathe? Can you feel your shoulders moving away from the hips as you breathe in? And press your pelvis towards your thigh a little bit more as you breathe out. Now get quiet with your breath. And then come up. Okay, Parvrita, revolving version. Right elbow, right inner leg. Left arm reaches up. It's a great place to be. If I want to again and my body says yes, I reach out for the outer right foot. Turn from the belly. Pulling the hip back and turning my waist upwards towards the sky. Okay, make it all a breathing exercise. Breathe into what's tight. Expand your left side waist. And clear that out. Go one more. And let's come up. Oh man, how much do you love the stars? Open up to the sky. Sometimes when I was putting my son to bed when he was younger, I would tell him, put a straw between your heart and the stars. So do it now. Open up, and the sky, the great sky, the clouds. Drink it in, and then come on down. We are bottom feeders on this ocean of air. Enjoy the breath. Draw the heels in Baddha Konasana. Lift your chest. Tilt the pelvis forward. Again, feeling free to keep the hands on the floor behind you if you're less tight or more tight. Reach through the crown. Soften the shoulders. Lengthen the ears away from the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do one more. Yeah, lots of breath out. Now come up. Open the legs. Knees are bent. Send the hips back from the active heels. Pressing down, integrated leg. Press the big toes. Breathe into this one. Over time, you will feel that your legs will allow you to straighten. Pull the thigh bones into the hip sockets as you press the feet. Lengthen forward and get really quiet. Take advantage of the fact that these back body stretches are introverted energy. Breathe into that quiet inner space. And then come up. Revolve your right elbow to the right inner leg. Right knee bends a little. Reach your left hand up. Maybe you can hold that right foot. Pull the right thigh in. Breath in long. Release your problems. Open the mouth. Let it go. Do one more. And then come up. Other side. Left knee. Left elbow make contact. Right arm reach up. Foot holding people, if that's you, go ahead. You can hold the foot. You don't need to. Pull the left thigh back. And then come up. Amazing. Now let's finish up this way. Come into a seated pose. Bring the left knee under the body. Right leg is up on top for Ardha Matsyendrasana, finishing cycle. Lift your hips up and slide them to the left. Pull the top right thigh in. I'm really pulling. Now as I pull in, I need to keep moving my right hip out and wide. If I can bring my elbow around, maybe that's fine, but you don't need to. Broaden through your shoulders. Reach up through the crown. Draw that right hip back a little further as you press the top right knee across and away. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Come back to center. Other side, just a couple more poses to go only. We're almost done, so you're doing great. Right leg is under the body. Left leg is on top. I slide the hips back. Now, if I'm a little bit more tight, I can come up onto a block. That might help. Pull the leg across the body. Now you can bring your forearm on your thigh and draw it across. And then to really press this hip out into the side to kind of counter that pull in the hip and complement the stretch. And then feeling this kind of fountain up through the inner body. I'm just relaxing the eyes and the forehead down. You can bring your elbow around maybe. Okay, broaden your back. Expand your shoulder blades as you breathe in. Open the mouth. Let something go. Lean forward through the pelvis. Do one more. And open the mouth. Let it go. And then come on back to center. All right, last pose. You ready? Gomukhasana, so we'll go the opposite way. So the right knee will be on top. And some people may like elevating the hips. Now your knees don't have to stack. If you're up, then you want a little bit of tilt in your block. So you're not just flat. Like that'll help you tilt your pelvis forward. Okay. Work towards stacking the legs. I don't have to stack. I have to stay active with this right foot. This is my anchor point. So I anchor this foot down. Now I lift up the right hip. Please lift your hip up and then pull it back, this right hip, and out to the right. Now pull, keep pulling your hip to the right as you pull this top knee towards the left. Okay, you got it. Now, bring your hand on your right knee, left hand, or bring your elbow on that knee and press hard. Now, without even twisting, you should feel an opening in the right hip. Complement that with length in the spine, get tall. And now as the last step, turn your shoulder and your gaze towards the right. So breathe smoothness into your outer right hip. Release your problems, stay in the pose. Nourish with new, clean breath. And open the mouth, cleanse. Do one more. Breathe into your right hip. And then come on out. Most people, it's like they're walking around in jeans that are 2 sizes too tight, especially in the hips. So let's do something about that. Left knee's on top. If you need to elevate the hips and tilt them forward, do that. By the way, what that does is it makes less flexion in the hips, which isn't so intense on the glute muscles and can possibly save your knees a lot of strain. Otherwise, see, I'm working to stack my knees, but they don't have to be stacked. I'm just adducting and pulling this leg across, and I'm smooshing this left hip out and then back. I'm leaning forward. I'm doing all with big breaths, expanding this area. Now, we didn't talk about the foot on the side so much, but open up. Don't let this foot go limp. Press out through the big toe bone. Pull the top knee or press the top knee. Actually, lift your left hip up and then pull it back an inch or two. Pull it back. Now reach out through the crown. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften your forehead. Breath in. Let it go. Breathe out. 3 more long breaths. Tune into that internal world. Last pose. Feel the fountain reaching up through the crown like a Shiva statue. And then come on back to center. All right, almost done. This is the best part. And I always say if you skip Shavasana, it's like making cake batter and not sticking it in the oven. So lie down on the back. Get whatever you need to become the most cozy, carbon-based life form on the planet. Relax. So we've done a lot of hard work. That's important in life, but it's equally as important to relax, reset, and absorb the benefits. Belly moves when we breathe in. Belly sinks when we breathe out. Shoulders relaxed. Notice the inhalation, the belly moves towards the feet. And this total sense of peace starts to fill the body from the inside out. Now open the mouth. Relax the jaw. And sink your bones down to the earth. Just let them sink. Peace in the forehead. Calm in the belly. Light and expansive in heart. Just a few more moments, so let your feet get heavier, hands get heavier. Bathe in light, bathe in peace. Just 30 more seconds. Okay, let's come up slowly to seated pose. I highly advise sitting on a cushion, a blanket, a pillow, old sweatshirt, whatever you got. And that will help you to tilt your pelvis forward. Take the strain off of the legs. And I just want to give you a few minutes only, just a couple minutes. As you know, the original purpose of yoga asana is to help us with our meditation practice. So we think of yoga as calisthenics and poses, but that's pretty recent. Up until 50 years ago, the word yoga meant meditation. So honor the lineage, take advantage of the practice. With the pelvis tilted slightly forward, lengthen the shoulders with inhalation away from the floor. And sink the hips down as you breathe out. Close your eyes and find movement of the shoulder blades in the back. So a lot of times in our shoulder blades, we're bracing for impact, holding them tight. Let them move with your breath like wings. Again, there's a little pause between inhale and exhale. And we lift the palms and feel the beautiful light of the sky dropping the head. Just open up to a power greater than you, and no matter what that is, that's your choice. Open for interpretation, but stay open to something beautiful inside. Be a conduit for that love, that beauty. Do one time only, let your hands move out as you breathe in. Make a little mini lion breath sound as you press the palms together, nice and slow, energy ball between the palms. Bring the thumbs onto your sternum and just bask in quietness just for a small period of time. Now they say yoga means union, but it actually means remembering in my books, which means you have electrical energy at all times in your body. That is what makes you alive. But you don't need to know it. And you've always been in union with it. You just remember or don't remember. And so when you remember that you are an electrical being, it's good. In the same way, we have love inside of our body and our hearts, but we forget. So remember, wake up to that love. The word Buddha means awaken. Breathe it in big. And breathe out any hurts, any wounds, any anger in your heart. Bring your hands on your forehead to yogis and Buddhas past, present, and future. It's so beautiful to practice this yoga honey flow with you. You are amazing, and the world needs your light. Aloha, everybody. Namaste.